Let's go live now to Vancouver, where Carol Todd, the mother of Amanda Todd, is reacting to the Dutch sentencing.
The more important question was, how did I feel when I went to sleep, knowing that I had a flight to catch and this was coming up? So went to bed quite hopeful that today a decision would be made, a verdict sort of on the sentencing of Aiden Coban in the Netherlands. And I woke up to a text message from a Dutch media source, and he said that no, there was no decision because the judges needed to get more information from Canada. And I didn't know what exactly that meant, so I continued to do some digging and some messaging, and then the articles have started to come out from the Netherlands that said that the judges wanted to know about if Mr. Coban was serving time out here in Canada, what would that look like? What would his release date be? What would his early release date be? So, yeah, that was how I woke up.
So if they need more information, what would you tell them if you had a chance to say release?
I wrote a victim impact statement to the Dutch courts, and Mr. Coban and his defense lawyer put a motion for it not to be read out loud in court. So all my words are in my 8-page letter to the courts. Now, whether the judges get to read that, I'm uncertain at this point, because maybe it would have had some impact. It's similar but a bit different than the one I read aloud in court here.
How important is this to you, the sentencing in the Netherlands? What will decision one way or the other on this mean?
I think it's really important because we've gone through the long process of law enforcement found Mr. Coban with the work of so many law enforcement agencies in Canada and the UK and in the Netherlands. They were able to find enough evidence to arrest him, and he's gone to court for 39 victims in the Netherlands, 34 of them young minor girls. And he got 10 years and 8 months, and then the process could really start to bring him out here after all his appeals. And so our justice system gave him, our prosecution presented all the evidence that was gathered through all these different law enforcement agencies, and it was trial by jury. I guess you could say a trial by jury of his peers, right? And he was given a 13-year sentence by Justice Devlin on October the 15th. 13 years, October 15th, 2022, which is more than what prosecution wanted. And so then he gets sent back to the Netherlands, and if it got converted to 0, I would be heartbroken. Yes, Amanda's trial created case precedents in Canada, but still justice for Amanda is still important and still very much needed. In order to close that chapter for not only me, but for everybody in the world who has followed her story, because her story was one of the high-profile ones that brought to light exploitation and sextortion, and also the cyber abuse that went on. So, and he's international. So it's really important that there's some sort of closure and that he gets something. Now, the positive side of the judges asking for this is that easily today they could have said 0, or they could have said 6 months, or even 4.5 years.
We've been listening in live to Carol Todd, the mother of Amanda Todd, reacting to the Dutch sentencing for Aiden Coban.